All right, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna call the City of Cumming Planning Zoning meeting for April 21st to order. Item number 2, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion we adopt agenda.
Motion seconded by vote. Carries unanimous. Thank you. Item number 3, do I have a motion to approve March 17th, 2020 meeting minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion seconded by vote. Carries unanimous. Thank you. Old business, Smith Motors Realty Corp. annexation number 2019476 and 2019477. We've had 2 public hearings on this, I believe, and been working on the application for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months or whatever. It went round and round. We finally got the set of conditions and everything worked out here. So, I'm gonna make an motion to send annexation number 2019476 and 2019477 forward to the council for approval with the conditions and site plan is in the application.
Second.
Motion seconded by vote. Carries unanimous. Thank you. All right, new business. A, Gateway to Lanier LLC annexations number 2020153 and 2020155. I have a motion to open public hearing.
Motion to open the hearing.
Second.
Motion seconded by vote, carried unanimous. Anybody here to tell us about this? If you don't mind, come up here, sir. Okay. Are you the applicant?
I am.
Okay, go ahead then.
Yep. So my name's David Evans, and we are basically interested, my partner and I, David Smith and I, are interested in annexing these properties into the city of Cumming because we believe that the vision that the city of Cumming has is more in line with our interest in these properties. At this point, I'm here for any questions you have about it.
All right. Thank you. We'll probably have something in just a minute. Let me see who else wants to speak first, and then we'll come
Sure.
back around. Thank you. I think, sir, you said you had some comments on this?
My name is Dan Bittner.
If you don't mind, come on up where we can catch you on things. Y'all don't step back. Like I said, we'll probably have some different questions in a minute. Let's get all the comments first.
Hi, my name is Dan Bittner, and I came to find out about this application. I am coming to you super unprepared because I just found out about this at 11 o'clock this morning.
That's fine.
I didn't know if this application included the one for, I see the Ropers, but I do not see Kirk Stevenson.
Where would Kirk Steve? I'm not familiar with the Kirk.
Well, there's another tract of land.
It does include.
Okay.
Kirk, yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, I am representing 1 acre of land that sits on Baldridge Marina Road. That is my business and shop I've had for 30 years there.
Yes, sir.
So, I have not had time to prepare, proper representation in this matter, other than judging by the surveyor, from what I can gather, there's a 25-foot easement that my septic system is on,
Okay.
and it's easement that's on record for, I believe it's the health department has a copy of it or something. I don't know
Okay.
who that would be. I don't have these papers in front of me. I didn't have time to prepare.
Okay. That'd be this acre right here. Right.
Yep.
That's your business. Right, but he's talking about he owns this 1 acre tract right. Okay.
Yeah.
What type of business are you in, sir? I'm going to ask.
What?
What type of business?
I do welding and fabrication on automotive racing cars.
Okay. Do you happen to know what it's zoned?
I thought it was CBD.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know what I need to do about that, or if there's anything I need to do about it, but I'd like to at least make sure that they don't include my septic system and bulldoze it over, you
Well,
know?
like I said, we will, if it's got an easement, that's impossible anyway.
And I don't have that in front of me, but I just wanted to make that,
If you wouldn't mind, when you get, if you could somehow locate a copy and forward it to our planning and zoning department, Scott Morgan, in our planning and
I
zoning
would
department.
have to research a little bit on
If you
the,
research, find whatever, we would be glad to look at that information if you could get it to us.
okay, and other than that, I don't have the representation in front of me to know any other reasons, what to,
All right.
if there was anything else, I would ask for a continuance or something to let me get better prepared.
Well, like I said, this is the first time this is even coming up to us, so I'm not sure, there's some work to do anyway, so.
Okay, well, I just want to be heard,
We appreciate you coming, like I said, if you can get up the information of what your zoning is, and if you have the easement with some septic or whatever that is, we would love to, we need to see that if you've had.
okay,
if you don't
very
mind.
good. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Then when will I know when the next, when I have to do that by?
You can check on the City of Cumming website it'd be under planning and zoning,
Okay,
and they list everything on there where is Scott?
He's
Scott,
right
don't
here.
you keep that, if it's stuff coming up every month, it's listed on that.
Yep,
sheet.
yep.
And that's who Scott back here, I'm sorry, I didn't say you've snuck in behind
Yeah,
me.
it's not.
Oh,
This is
okay.
who You'll contact.
I'll give you
He'll
one of my
a call here
cards.
for
very
you.
good.
You'll have that.
Okay, other than that, I'm fine.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yep.
All right. Question, Mr. I'm sorry here, I'm getting out of, let me get my papers in the right place. On the application, Mr. Evans, you're asking for just our AP,
Correct.
but then in the application, you have listed mixed uses. And the county has picked that up and is trying all kind of, and that's legal for them to pick up and, complain against.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to have some site plans and some idea of what you're gonna be doing with it. We can't just take it in, I don't think, without some type of, we've gotta have some site plan, what you're gonna do, because we're gonna have to have some plans, some site plans, and they don't have to be exact, but they have to be,
He doesn't actually have to know what he wants to do with the property. So we don't have to have site plans or anything like that in order to annex the property. And there's nothing that requires him to know exactly what he wants to do with the property. But the issue is that the indication on the application makes it sound like there is some knowledge of what we want to do with the property. And so we need to know, since we know there are plans for the property, we need to be able to give it a zoning as close as we can appropriate with that.
right.
So to the extent you know what you want to do with the property, the planning commission needs.
Yeah, you gotta get with Scott, and we've got to figure out how to,
So my response is, at this point, due to the current pandemic, whatever I thought I may have known, I no longer know.
right,
So I do not know what we're going to put on that property.
okay,
And so at the time I filled out the application, we were not facing a pandemic. Today we are, and the world has changed.
right,
And so our intention is, this point is to just submit the application for the annexation and take our time so that we can figure out what it is that's appropriate for that property.
okay, all right, okay, thank you. All right, any other questions from anybody on anything? You good, Kevin?
Not this time.
Okay,
In terms of him not knowing, that's okay.
right, what,
The question just then becomes Mr. Chairman, what conditions, if any, what does the commission want to zone the property now that you know? And what conditions, if any, do you want to recommend placing on that? Or send to the mayor and council ultimately what you're going to do. But if you want to give it a specific zoning category, you can do that. If you want to put conditions on your recommendation, you can do that. And then send it on to the mayor and council. I don't know if you guys are ready to do that right now, or if that's something you need to think about.
okay,
That's where we are.
all right. Okay, do I have a motion that we close public hearing?
Motion to close the hearing?
Second.
Motion stated by vote, carries unanimously. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion, if you don't mind, Mr. Evans, like I said, since we're in this weird time, to postpone this one for 30 days. I mean, it's still on the books, we've advertised and everything else. So it's still on the books. It stays, so it's in our system like you're talking about. Maybe here over the next 2 or 3 weeks, and things will lighten up. You can communicate with Scott some and talk about what you may be wanting to do, or we can kind of work on some categories that we might need to go towards, and, some different setbacks and some different stuff, and that'll give us this gentleman some time to get his information also. So I make a motion that we postpone this to the May, what's that date, 12th? Doing math in my head.
I think it's, I believe it's the 16th, isn't it?
They going the other way, did I go the wrong way?
Hang on. May 19th.
Ooh, I went way the wrong way. May 19th, 2020 meeting, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion second by vote, carries unanimous. Thank you. Sorry, I get you in the system, but if you'll contact Scott the next week or two, and you also with your information, we'll work on trying to figure out where we're going. All right, do I have any announcements?
What did we do? I missed the Smith Motors Realty.
It sent forward with the package, site plan and conditions as in.
Thank you.
Okay, do I make a motion we adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Second.
By vote, carries unanimous. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.